Hi everyone, and welcome to Auntie Audrey's Story Time. Today we are going to talk about families and how families come in all different shapes and sizes. Today we're going to read a book called And Tango Makes Three. The really cool thing about this book is it's a true story. So I hope you like it. And Tango Makes Three. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has toy boat pond where you can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are the red panda bear families with the mothers and fathers and furry red pandas, bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton top tamarin families too. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year, at the same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Two penguins in the house were a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other, and walked together, and sang to each other, and swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramsci, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, "They must be in love." Roy and Silo watched the other penguins make a home. So they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguins would lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch. And then there would be a baby penguin. So cute. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on to keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it, and sat, and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept. And when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam, and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock. But nothing happened. Then, Mr. Gramsci got an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of the nest. Every day they turned it, so each side stayed warm. Some days, Roy sat on while Silo went for food. Other days, it was Silo's turn to take care of the egg. They sat in the morning, they sat at night, they sat through lunchtime, and swim time and supper. They sat at the beginning of the month, they sat at the end of the month, and they sat all the days in between. Until one day, they heard a sound coming from inside the egg. Beep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Squawk, squawk. Beep, beep, answered the egg. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the eggshell, and then... crack! Out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango, said Mr. Gramsci, because it makes two to tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest at night. Tango was the first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. Soon, Tango grew enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango, they cheered. There they are, swimming, just like all the other families. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. There they snuggled together, and, like all other penguins in the penguin house, and all other animals in the zoo, and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. So, like I said, this is a true story. At Central Park in New York City, you can still go and visit Tango and her family. This story lets us know that there are all different kinds of families. And really, the most important part is that they love each other. Okay, hope you liked the story. See you next time.